Hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Puglo Escobar, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Pfister Comet Safari, retailing for a price of $710,000, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, it is a sports car, and as you can also see, it is intended for off-road purposes. Okay, and as you can also see, ladies and gentlemen, Rockstar have gone put in a rather hideous livery there, haven't they? Absolutely, I have no idea why they've chosen to do that, but that they have. Okay, well here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the unmodified version. We're taking it out into the street. I see how he handles. Acceleration a little bit lacking. Handling there, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit twitchy. You know, very responsive, but the back end does want to come round on you. Broadly similar to all of the other Comets, in my opinion, don't you know? Okay, we'll have a look at the top speed, getting air off the hills there, and it's sort of only average, really, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? But we're holding that bottom corner perfectly well, you know, and we'll have a look at this acceleration, this top speed along the straight again here. Okay, so we are moving, ladies and gentlemen, but not mind-bending, you know, it's not particularly overawing, to be perfectly honest with you. And there we go. Okay, we've missed out the stability test, but we're coming down to the bottom left-hand corner, and again, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I mean, that really is perfectly acceptable, you know. These Comets do have rather good handling, you know. Not bad handling, it's got to be said. Okay, well, there we go. So we're gonna take it on into the custom auto shop now, ladies and gentlemen, and go and perform the necessary modifications and upgrades. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going through this stage of the video at double speed, just in order to hurry things along somewhat. And also, ladies and gentlemen, as this is the standard review, not the extended review, we will only be looking at the more aesthetic modifications that can be affected to this vehicle. We do put out a quick review and a full review, as well as the standard review, ladies and gentlemen. So if you wish to see perhaps a longer video, you can always go and check out the full review. We do a few more extra laps and things like that, you know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, either way, here we are. We're going through some of the libraries now, and so what do we think of the Pfister Comet Safari, ladies and gentlemen? Well, straight out of the box, you know, it certainly doesn't compare, obviously, to the Comet SR, ladies and gentlemen, or perhaps in some ways even just a Comet you take off the street, you know. But as I say, as you can tell by the wheel arches there and the tires, ladies and gentlemen, this is a sort of rally car or an off-road vehicle, don't you know? It can be fitted also with machine guns, although that has to be done in your MOC or your Avenger. You cannot do it in the Los Santos Customs or your custom auto shop, don't you know? And generally speaking, ladies and gentlemen, like I say, it handles broadly similar to all of the other Comets out there. It's got very responsive handling, but the back end does want to come round on you. Okay, well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Pfister Comet Safari, fully upgraded across the board. We're going to take it out on a standard lap down and see how she handles. Okay, acceleration pretty good up there, and as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, sort of turning into the lamppost there, which, as I say, really does indicate that it has got very responsive handling, ladies and gentlemen, as we get from all of the Comets, you know. Okie dokie, there we go. Top speed looks marginally improved nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't let's be perfectly frank about these things. Okay, we're putting it around that bottom right-hand corner, and it's got around there in perfectly good form, you know. Okie dokie, so here we go. We're going to test out that stability. We get a chance, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's the opportunity here. We go. Okay, as you can see, yes, really not too stable whatsoever there, isn't it? Let's be perfectly frank about these things. Okay, the bottom right-hand corner, we were perfectly okay before, and now we've upgraded a little bit more speed, and yes, a little bit more difficult to handle. Whoops, it's sodding hell, right? Bloody hell, I've gone and rolled the car, hadn't I? Sodding hell. Okay, well, never mind. Well, that pretty much is the standard lap, ladies and gentlemen. The standard lap that we take around the streets of Los Santos here. So we're going to go ahead and perform some more tests now. But before we do, we're going to take it on into the Avenger, I should say. And now you can see there $100,000, ladies and gentlemen, for the machine guns you can add to your vehicle if you so choose. But they are just a standard piece shooters, ladies and gentlemen. They cannot be aimed. They are not sort of directional weapons. They only go in the direction of the vehicle's shooting, you know. And it just takes a rather a while to blow up any vehicle, even an unprotected vehicle like that. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us on to the question now. So how does it perform in terms of top speed? And we're about to find that out right now. Okay, so to give you an indication, ladies and gentlemen, something like the Krieg will get down here in about sort of 50-51, the GTO about 51-52, and the Zentorno about 53-54, which we consider to be broadly competitive, you know. Okay, and that's 57.985, so 58 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, not particularly competitive, not particularly fast. Okay, well, we've brought it on up to Sandy Shores anyway, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to put it up against, this is in some tests. Now, this is the Pfister Comet Retro, ladies and gentlemen. This is the retro version of the Comet. The Comet can be acquired for around about $100,000 there, ladies and gentlemen. The same amount you pay for the machine guns on this car, don't you know? I'm not entirely certain of the upgrade price, but if it to make it retro, but even if it was $500,000, it'd still put it at $600,000, a full $100,000 less than the Then the Comet Safari there, ladies and gentlemen, and as you can see, yes, the retros come past it, and so there we go, that's it. That pretty much spells it out, ladies and gentlemen. So in terms of sports vehicles, ladies and gentlemen, this Pfister Comet Safari is not competitive. But as I say, it's not really a sports street vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. It is an off-road vehicle, so we're going to go and test it up against another off-road vehicle. This is the Canis Camacho. This is what Mr. Raccoon deems to be one of the best off-road vehicles on the game, and we're going to go in now and test it out. Now, one would assume it being the Pfister Comet Safari being a sports car, ladies and gentlemen, an off-road sports car, it may well prove, the one selling point it's got is to be the fastest off-road vehicle on the game. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, that barely turns out to be the case. We run that tester a number of times, and it goes 50-50. It can go one way or the other. Okay, so now we're going to bring it on to the Pegassi Zentorno, ladies and gentlemen. $725,000 for this particular vehicle, $710 for the Pfister Comet, ladies and gentlemen. So what, $15,000 difference between them. One is a supercar, that is the Zentorno. One is the sports car, that is the Safari there, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, yes, in terms of, as we say, not competitive against street vehicles there, ladies and gentlemen. Not competitive whatsoever. Now we're going to try it up against a couple of different off-road vehicles, ladies and gentlemen. It could be quite a lot of them, but like I said, the Canis Camacho we could not take down. The Canis Camacho is $350,000, ladies and gentlemen. $710 for the Pfister Comet there, so it does sort of make you wonder, really, doesn't it? Okay, now we're bringing on to the final masquerade, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Grotti Italia GTO, what we consider to be the fastest car on GTA Online, at least around the street, perhaps not in a straight line. I should also point out it's driven by Mr. Raccoon, his name is the Bromby. He has a channel of his own, it's called the Bromby. If you put that into YouTube, you should be able to go and find him. Why didn't you go and do that? It's got some rather interesting videos on there. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, if the Safari Comet isn't going to take down the Zentorno, it's certainly not going to take down the GTO, and yes, that's the GTO just bringing the distance. Okay, so we then decide, ladies and gentlemen, well, if that's going to be the case, then we may as well go and do some off-road tests, see what it stacks up against the Canis Camacho, which will be, go, and we get there, no problem whatsoever. I hit a rock and bottom out there, and Mr. Raccoon is flying up there, but the Safari will also fly up there if it doesn't hit a rock, as you can see there. Okie dokie, and we're now going to do an off-road race, ladies and gentlemen. Now, like you saw around the track, the Canis Camacho, ladies and gentlemen, did get into the lead there, did have the better acceleration. It would turn out that on off-road surface, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the Safari Comet does seem to have the top end, or rather the better acceleration there. But in terms of top end speed, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the Canis Camacho is actually behind me there on the mini map, but he is sort of gaining on me, don't you know? Okie dokie, and so there we go. What do we think, ladies and gentlemen? Well, in terms of sort of, $350,000 for the Canis Camacho, ladies and gentlemen, and it's pretty much the Safari Comet can't substantially beat it in any arena, really. One would have to sort of wonder if it really is sort of worth the money. I'm sort of inclined to say it is, but Mr. Raccoon certainly disagrees with me, don't you know? Okie dokie, and there we go. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the bottom pretty much at the same time. Okay, and so there we go. I'm going to try and kill Mr. Raccoon who's stood up here. So the question is it worth the money? Well, I suppose the truth of it is, ladies and gentlemen, only if you're sodding Raccoon. Bloody Raccoon's gone and killed me. Bloody swine. Right, I suppose I should have expected it there. God knows how he got me. And his vehicle's still fine after that explosion. Absolutely sodding typical. Anyway, like I say, is it really worth it? Well, only if you try to complete a Comet collection or you want the more stylistic element of a sodding Raccoon. Yes, otherwise I'd get the Canis Camacho. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching.